Hey there, my name is Chris, and I am so glad that you are tuning in today. We are in a series called Technicolor. Now we call it that because God is working in our world. He's creating something amazing, like an artist working to create an incredible piece of art. Now, all of us get to be a part of what God is doing in our world today. And we're talking about how we can do that during this series. Now, I want to get started by playing a game. Now, this game is called Making a Masterpiece, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. This is an art-themed series, so what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a piece of art, a painting of some kind, and you are going to have to recreate that painting as best you can within 30 seconds, okay? I'll give you some time to look around and find things that you might be able to use, and it's going to look a little ridiculous, and that's totally okay. I'm actually going to be doing this too. I'm going to try to find things that are around me right now and recreate the paintings with you. Now, I have to tell you, don't break anything, don't rip anything, that's not what we're doing. We're not gonna tear things apart, and if your parents don't want you to touch it or move it or whatever, normally don't do that, even if it fits perfectly with the piece of art. So let's take a look at our first piece of art. You don't have to run yet, I'm not gonna start the countdown yet, but here is the first painting that we are looking at. It's gonna be good. All right, look around you. Think about what could I use to do this, to recreate this painting. Maybe find some things, pick them out. I'm looking around, wondering how am I gonna do this? All right, ready? You got 30 seconds, set, go. Time. All right. Ready? Perfect. Nailed it. All right. Does this look looking up like a horse? It's actually a vacuum. I feel like I should talk differently with this mustache. Oh, maybe I shall. All right. I hope you have a good impression of what this game is all about now. So let's move on to our second picture. I'm gonna get changed quickly. Go ahead, take the stuff that you had, set it to the side, get ready to go. Second painting, here's this guy. Wow. Okay, that is quite, I used my mustache for the last one. That's a little sad. So we got this guy, he has a floppy hat of some kind. He has a, is that a dog? There's a dog in there somewhere, so look for things that you might use. I'm looking around and wondering, what am I going to do about this painter who has a dog? And it looks just ridiculous. Let's see. Ready, everybody? All right, pick out some things to use. You got 30 seconds. Ready, set, let's go. All right, here we go. All right, ready? And here we go. Painting was kind of behind him, right? I have to hold it up. I managed to find a canvas for a painting, but I could not find a paintbrush for some reason. So I've got a screwdriver, almost as good, right? Around looking all moody and a hat. Oh yeah, and I couldn't find a dog stuffed animal, just a tiger. Just a tiger. All right, perfect. Again, I'm sure you have some fantastic recreations of this art as well. We've got one more to go, and we're actually going to give you an option for this one. You're going to be one of either one of these two characters. So take a look. We've got a king and a queen. Look around. They're really dressed up. I don't know. Take some time. Set aside your stuff. Don't forget to do that. You don't want to be weighed down by all this stuff when you're trying to become an incredible king or queen. So think about which one you're going to be. Look around. Find some things. Maybe some good stuff for this one might be blankets. That's what I'm looking for. Blankets, pillows, floofy things. We can get a crown. That's sweet. The lady has kind of this big ruffle thing around her neck. I don't know what that is, but that'd be fun. Get ready. Get set to recreate this and go. Okay, so we got a stick. Here we go. We got a little bit of time. Ready? Can't see that. Okay, let's get some pillows. Okay, I'm just gonna have to hold that up. Okay, everyone ready? Oh, gotta get this on. I grabbed a blanket. Here we go. It's got some nice flowers. Ready? Get set. My gold rope's all tangled. Okay. I'll just hold this up. My other hand. He has a little stick, right? Right? Isn't that perfect? The king. Got my robe. Got my stick. Just had to find the stick. I didn't have a crown, but I do have a mushroom lamp. That's good. There we go. Don't I look regal? I'm sure you are looking regal as well. Indeed. Quite noble. Okay, let's make sure to put everything back. I'm going to take a second and put all the stuff back that I just gathered in a panic. We'll be back in a second. Alright everyone, I hope you had as much fun with that game making a masterpiece as I did. That was wild. It was really fun. So, next up, we are going to answer a question. It's our question of the day. Take a look. All right, here is our question of the day, and I hope that game got you thinking about this. If you were to paint a masterpiece, a beautiful work of art, what would it be of? What would you paint a picture of? Take a second and talk about that with the people around you, or if you're watching by yourself, let me know your answer, say it out loud, and just think about what you would paint a picture of if you were going to create something beautiful, a masterpiece. Go ahead and talk about that and think about that for just a few seconds. Ready to go? Awesome. I was thinking about it. I'm actually not sure. That's a really tough question. I think I would paint a picture of the ocean if I had to paint a masterpiece, something that I thought was absolutely beautiful. Next, we are going to check in with Becca and the Source team to see what they're up to this week. Let's check it out.
Hey everyone! I'm Becca. I have a question for you. Are you part of any communities? What? A community is a group of people with something in common. Like a team. They all play the same sport. Or a band. They all play music. Even the people in your neighborhood are a community because they all live in the same area. The communities we're a part of change our lives. The thing is, there are great communities and there are some that aren't so great. Trixie's going to learn about that today in The Source. Let's find out what happens.
Something just happened.
Yeah, I just got invited to join a new comic book writers group.
What?
I'm gonna be friends with real writers.
We're real writers.
No, I know that. What I was trying to say is that they're like super writers. Look, they just have a lot more I can learn from.
Just don't forget about us when you're famous.
Bowie, it's a writers group. I won't be famous.
Come on, we gotta see some sketches.
So,
Oh, good. You're all here. I have something to talk to you about.
They're giving out free chicken nuggets in the school cafeteria.
Nope.
Miss May, guess what? Trixie has some big news too.
it's not that big. I just got invited to a writers group.
Well, Trixie, that's very exciting. Well, then I can really use your help with what I'm about to ask you. Now, I really want to show the school board what this paper can be. So I want all three of you to work on one article. And I want this article to show how much you really love the school.
Don't worry, Miss M. We got this.
Great. Then I expect it by the end of the week.
All right, let's get started.
Hold on. I know exactly what we should do.
Of course you do, since you're a real writer.
Right, my bad. What's your idea?
I think we should do a guide about fitting in for the new students.
Yeah, no, that's boring.
Hey, I have an idea. What if we answer some of the hard questions students at the school have?
That's too complicated. Plus, that doesn't really say the source, you know?
It actually kind of does.
I don't think this is what Miss May wants. She wants us to show why we love the school so much.
Then what should we do?
Oh, I'm sorry. I've got to go.
Where are you going? We're just getting started.
You can start without me. I've got to go to coffee with the writers group. I'll catch up later.
Hey, have you seen Trixie?
No, she's too busy being a real writer. Look at this.
What are you doing?
I'm working on an article on finding the best candy bar.
Bowie, that's not what Miss Main wants.
You have no idea the power of good candy.
I think we can come up with some better ideas.
Okay, well, guess you're missing out. Hey, Trixie, what's going on?
Nothing much. What's new with you?
This is new.
Oh, I got accepted into the new writers group and they said I had to dress for success.
It looks like you're just to give off detentions.
Well, you're just in time because we can't come up with an article.
Right. You know, I wanted to talk to you guys about that.
Well, exactly. That's why we're meeting.
No, actually, you see, I have a lot on my plate now. And I think this should be more of your thing.
Wait, stop. What about this group? We started this paper together.
Yeah, but it's just so last year.
But we have a chance to make the source better.
That's great. And I think you guys can totally do it. And sooner or later, Gabby will come back and she can lead you the rest of the way.
You're leaving us?
No, I'm not leaving you. I just can't put as much effort into it right now. And I can give you an article when you need one, but you should make this your thing.
But the source is like our family. It's our community.
Yeah, but now I have a new one. Hello? Yeah, I'm on my way. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta go. Yeah, I'm almost there.
Trixie thinks she's found a great community to be a part of, but the others aren't so sure. Now, community is a long word, but it's really important to understand because all of us are part of a community. In fact, we're probably part of several communities. Our homes, our churches, our schools, all those places where we meet with other people, those are different communities. Now, I have to tell you, community probably looks a little bit different right now. For instance, we're not in church, we're meeting online for church. We probably can't see the people in our schools, we're meeting online for schools, but we're still part of those communities because we still talk to people, we can still encourage people, we still hear from people, so we're still making an impact on their lives and they're still impacting our lives as well. So, I've got a couple questions for us to think about the communities that we're in. If you're watching this with a group of people, go ahead and stop, pause the video once I tell you the questions, and talk about these for a little while. If you're watching by yourself, I would challenge you to still pause the video and think about your own answers, what you think about these questions before moving on to the second part of the source. All right, here are the questions. Our first question is, do you think Trixie joining this group is a good idea? And why or why not? All right, now, just a second. There's a second question here. Like I said, community looks a little bit different right now because we're all stuck at home. Now, how could you connect with a friend or family member even though you can't meet with them face to face? All right, spend some time thinking about those two questions. We'll be back in just a little bit. Ready to go? Great. Next, Becca has a story for us about a community that Jesus himself started. Let's take a look.
Hey again! Last week we talked about the story of Easter and saw how God's son Jesus changed the world. The story doesn't end there though. Jesus told his followers that he had a mission for them, a mission to tell his story and share his love with the whole world. It didn't seem possible. Imagine if you had to try to talk to all the billions of people in the world. For a while, Jesus' 12 disciples tried to do it all by themselves. They did some good things and people noticed. Hey, why are these people talking about God so much? They took care of me for free when I was sick. They gave my family food when we couldn't afford it. But eventually, the 12 disciples couldn't handle it all on their own. Then they realized hundreds, even thousands of people had started following Jesus. What if the 12 of them didn't have to do Jesus' mission all on their own? They started choosing other people to do important things. Okay, you're good at helping the sick. That's good, you go. And you can speak French. Ah, great, and you can cook. Jesus' followers had realized something super important. They couldn't complete Jesus' mission on their own, but they weren't supposed to. God had given them a mission that had to be done together. They created a community called the church. The thing they had in common was that they all followed Jesus. God is still changing the world through the church today. That's what I want you to know. God is working through community. We are so much better together than we can ever be apart because God made us that way. The church is one of the most important communities that we could be a part of. God has chosen the church, including you and me, to change the world through loving, serving, and leading people to God. I wonder what the Source team is learning about being in community. Let's find out.
Bowie, what are you doing?
Just taking out the trash.
This isn't trash. It's your friends.
Not anymore. Well, Gabby's leaving at the end of the year and Trixie's with her new friends. Our world is destroyed.
Trixie will be back.
You know, I don't think she will, okay? Because being with the cool kids just makes you feel so much more alive.
I know. I am one. I'm kidding. Give it some time. Trixie will see who her real friends are. See? Look who decided to grace us amateurs with her presence.
The queen of the writers.
No, I'm not staying long. I just can't find my sketchbook.
It's in the drawer, where it always is.
There it is. Thanks. Yeah, the group gave me a new assignment, so I have to think of some new ideas.
Have you seen their ideas?
I mean, no, but I'm the new member. I have to prove myself.
I don't know, Trixie. Seems kind of shady to me.
They're writers. It's what they do.
Trixie, think about it for a sec. What kind of friend would ask you to prove yourself? Okay, we accept each other just the way we are.
Okay, can you stop being jealous? These people actually respect me.
Doesn't seem like it.
You know what? I gotta go. Excuse me.
Hey everyone, how's the assignment coming? What's wrong?
Trixie's gone.
Care to translate?
Trixie met a new writers group, And she's been spending time with them and not really helping us anymore.
Ah, yes, the new crew. What kind of writers group is it?
Don't know. According to Trixie, they are super writers.
Yeah, but they only want to see her ideas and they don't show her theirs.
Huh. Well, when you see Trixie, tell her I want to see her.
Yeah, if we see her. She only comes around when she needs something.
Okay. But it's really important that you come find me when Trixie gets back.
I got a bad feeling about this. Come on, Bowie. I'm gonna need one of your disguises.
Hey guys, I'm back. Guys? Fine. If they're gonna be mad at me, I don't need them.
Oh, I think you do.
Miss Main.
Trixie, we have to talk.
What about?
Your new friends. Jesse and Bowie discovered something.
And what did they discover? I don't get it. I've never seen that book before.
Open it.
Wait, these are all my ideas, but this isn't my book. Where did this come from?
Jesse and Bowie found it. Your new friends stealing your ideas.
No, they're my friends. They wouldn't do that.
Take a closer look at the book.
Created by Ashley Richardson and Dylan Bryant. What? They didn't even put my name in it. They took my ideas. Why would they do that?
Some people are very selfish. They respected your ideas, but not you.
How could I be so dumb?
You're not dumb, Trixie. You're trusting. And you chose to see the best in your new friends, and they gave you their worst.
Okay, but now I lost all of my work.
No, you didn't. Jesse and Bowie found that, and they brought it to Principal Corbin and me.
Well, how did they know what the writers group was doing?
Well, your friends really respect you, and they wanted to make sure that you weren't being taken advantage of.
But why didn't I see that?
Well, you were trying to prove yourself to your new friends, and you were going it alone.
Okay, but why is it so wrong to do it alone?
Break this. Okay. Now, break this. That is the power of a good community. When you surround yourself with good people, you're stronger. You can handle anything. But if you try to do it by yourself, you'll find yourself broken.
Okay, but what do I do now? I lost my community. And I pushed away basically everybody. Just because I thought I was better than them.
Well, I don't know about that. You can come in now.
Sorry your new friends were stealing from you, Trixie.
Yeah, they were worse than slimy mud creatures.
It's cool. And thanks for having my back. I'm really sorry for the way I treated you. You didn't deserve it.
It's okay. And that's what friends are for. And we always got your back.
You guys are the best.
Now, how about we get back to that assignment I gave you? Gabby did her part by getting more money for the paper. Now you all do yours and make this paper even better.
We can definitely do that, Miss May.
Especially when we're working together.
The communities that we're a part of are extremely important. An unhealthy community, like the writing group that Trixie was in, a community that lies, tricks people, or hurts people, those can have a really negative impact on our lives, like we saw in Trixie's story. What Becca said, though, is so important. God is working through community. Now, you might think, I'm stuck at home right now. I don't get to go to school. I don't get to go see my friends. I don't get to go to church. I don't get to go and see people at all these things that I normally see people at. So am I still part of those communities? The truth is, those communities need you now just as much as ever. And we need those communities just as much as we ever have. In fact, what I want you to know is you can make a difference in every community that you're a part of right now. You see, if you're a follower of Jesus, you are part of the church. The church isn't just a building that we meet at. The church isn't a place that we go. No, the church is every single person that follows Jesus. You see, Jesus' mission for the church was to share God's love with everyone, and that mission never changes. Whether we are around the world, whether we are in a new place, or whether we are stuck at home for a few weeks, that mission is still the same. So, I've been saying that the communities that we're in make a huge difference in our lives, and we make a difference in them at the same time. How does that work? Well, here's an example for you. You've probably seen a campfire before, but maybe you haven't built one before. To build a campfire, what you do is you take small, tiny little branches or pieces of bark or paper even, and you make a small bundle of them, and then you put slightly bigger sticks on top of those, a whole bunch of them, and then you put bigger sticks on top of those, and then if it gets big enough, you add logs and big branches of trees to the fire, and you make a big roaring fire. Now, all of those things are extremely important. In fact, that kind of reminds me of how a community works. You see, a community isn't just made up of one person or a couple people, it's made up of a whole bunch of different people. They're different ages, they like different things, they are good at different things, and all of that is amazing. And when this fire comes together, it makes something warm, it makes something beautiful, it makes something wonderful that feels great to be near and be around. But what happens when you take one branch out of the fire? Notice what happened? It fizzled out. The branch lost the flame almost immediately. Now, I want to thank our friends up at Camp Chaminade for making that video for us. They are super awesome. Now, what can we learn from that example of the campfire? Well, I think that's a lot of how our lives work as well. When we're with other people that love God, when we get to talk to them, when we learn about God together, when we pray together, when we worship and sing about God together, that is so wonderful, and that makes us come alive like a fire burning, showing others who God is. But what happens if we say, I don't need those other people. I'm gonna follow God on my own. I'm just gonna do my own thing. I'm not gonna learn about God with anyone else. I'm not gonna talk about Him with anyone else. I'm not gonna be part of that community. Well, soon we're gonna lose our energy. We're gonna lose our excitement. We're gonna lose our enthusiasm. It's like we're a flame that's kind of fizzled out. Now, honestly, I don't know how you're feeling right now. Maybe you're feeling like, this is great. This is an awesome time. I'm having a great time being at home. That's wonderful. There are times where I feel like that too. But honestly, there are times where I feel like that branch that's been pulled out of the fire. Like, I used to see a lot of people. I used to hang out with all my friends all the time, and now I just can't. I used to love going to church, and now I can't. The thing is, though, we are still a community. Our friends, our neighbors, this church, there's still so much that we can do for every one of the communities that we're a part of. Let's think about that. A good community encourages people. So who could we encourage this week? I've seen people sending videos to their hospital staff who are working super hard right now, and they're encouraging them, hey, keep going, you can do it, we're so thankful for you. I've also seen people writing encouraging notes on their sidewalks or their driveways to let everyone know, like, hey, we're all in this together. It's gonna be okay, we care about you, we're part of your community. Another thing a good community does is serves others. I've seen my neighbors going and checking on other people in our neighborhood and saying, hey, do you have everything you need? Is there anything we can share? Is there anything we can help you with? And making sure everyone is doing okay. That's a great way to serve people. Another way is just to pray for people, to talk to God about them, because that really does make a difference in their lives. I know that there are people praying for me, and I've got people that I'm praying for as well. That's a great way to still care about people, still be there for people during this time. Another thing that a good community does is love and forgive others. Now, maybe you're sitting at home and you're like, man, I am doing awesome. We're all fine. Everyone's great. And you know what? That is amazing. In fact, my challenge for you then is to look for ways to love the people in your home. Look for ways to do good things for them. But maybe there's somebody in your home that you've argued with. Maybe you've gotten frustrated and it's been stressful and it's been difficult. In that case, it might be time to ask them for forgiveness or to forgive them if you need to. That's part of what being a good community is all about. Every time we do those things, when we choose to encourage others, when we choose to serve others, when we choose to love and forgive others, it's like we're adding fuel to the fire of community that shines God's light to this entire world. In fact, that's my challenge for you this week. Find a way to connect with somebody, to serve somebody, to love somebody, to encourage somebody this week. It could be somebody in your home. It could be a teacher that you know is working really, really hard to get all their lessons online. It could be a friend that you haven't seen in a little while, just saying, hey, I'm still your friend. I'm still there for you. I still care about you. Whoever you choose to love, serve, encourage, or be there for, way to go. You are being part of a great community for them. I want to finish up in a second by praying for us, but first, there's something that you ought to know. There are some great things to do and check out underneath this video. There are questions to talk about, there's an activity to do, and stuff to get you thinking about what we were talking about today. All right, so check that out after we're done here. But right now, let's take a moment and close our eyes to show respect to God while we talk to Him. God, I'm so thankful for every person that you have brought here, every person that you have put in the community, every person that is part of the church, every person that is in this world, and everyone watching this video. So thankful for them. God, help us to share your love, to share your encouragement and peace and hope and joy with everyone this week, whether we see them on the phone or whether we get to see them face to face. Thank you, God, for always loving us and being there for us. In your name, amen. All right, everyone, I hope you have a fantastic week. See you next time.